Here we go. Hi, it's me, As you may know me from your American history textbooks, Miss Texas 1980. So, I'm having an event for people to come around and say some things that maybe are sad. Some of you are confused, and it's called a eulogy, according to the dictionary. Is when people gather around to say some words, a person, place, or thing, because there's an N by the definition, which means noun. What they say about it is usually sad. Okay, so what a lot of people don't realize is that I'm an American beauty pageant queen. And the only people who have ever actually won beauty pageants are people from Texas, and not from Washington. American beauty pageant queens all come from Texas. And I realize that I'm living in Washington now, because of the weather, and because the people are just so nice. So I thought, well, this makes sense, since I'm carrying out my 20-year reign in Washington, that I should maybe inform people about pageant queens and what a eulogy is. Every pageant queen dies. So everybody, it's a very old tradition in the Texas pageant scene. At every 27 years, we die. The thing is, we don't really die. We just lay in a field for 2 hours and pretend to be dead so people can say sad things about us. It's almost pointless because of capitalism. Because we understand that we still have to be Googled in things like The Stranger, which is a book by Albert Camus that is about pageant queens, so that we can get money from the internet. I'm not going anywhere. I'll still be Miss Texas 1988. I'll still be your pageant queen. I'll still be here for you. But it's a time to reflect. That is a reflection that we need really bad right now, on what it means to be an American beauty queen. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm tired. There were a lot of gay people around this weekend. And I don't judge that. Only God can judge us, because the Supreme Court doesn't know what they're doing. And I don't think I ever understood that quote, but it has been in the news a lot today. So, anyways, to get to the point, because some of you are a little confused, I thought, what a good thing to make a eulogy tutorial, which is what we're here to do today. A eulogy tutorial. I will be laying in the park. So your role is to come to the park. I'll be there from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. or until the nice folks from the Portland Arts and Recreation ask me to leave. If there's one thing a pageant queen likes, it is the parks and the recreation. I'll be laying there. Then you'll come up to my body. And then she will be sitting there. And this is going to represent she, who will be there. I thought this was a good representation because she is kind of like a tiny bear and very pretty. She has very kindly agreed to observe to make sure that no one tries to step on my head. The weights on the ground will be my dead body. So she will be sitting on a table, and I'll be laying face down in the dirt. If you don't understand what's going on quite yet, I'll be you, but I'll also be carrying a mannequin version of you so that you totally understand that there might be multiple people present, but also that there can no longer be more than 5 to 10 people present at a time, because I've spoken to the Parks and Recreation, and this is a non-event. I'm not holding an event, so it shouldn't be shut down, because they said that we can wear funny costumes as long as they're not offensive, just as long as there's not too many people, and it's a standard picnic event, and there aren't tables. So there's no tables here. There's a chair in case somebody needs a chair that she will be sitting in just to keep warm in case somebody needs a chair for any reason. So I'm you and this is you. That's me and that's she on the bear. Ready? No stepping on me. This candle represents barbecue sauce. Sorry. So when you come up, and this is why it's very important, I stress, very important that you don't go out of your way to get to this eulogy, because this is pretty much the extent of it. You can go to the box and you can get barbecue. And you can dump the barbecue sauce on my back. That was a bad example, because please don't throw the barbecue sauce bottle at me. Just dump a little bit of it from a cup. Hopefully there'll be lemonade. It's probably not a huge concern. There will also be little slips of paper represented by this belt. And then you'll read from the piece of paper something that I've pre-written. So an example, you might read water, milk protein isolate, calcium caffeinate, milk, sodium, casenet milk, alkalized cocoa. "14 fluid ounces. 14. And then if you want, you can probably drop some more barbecue sauce, or just save your barbecue sauce for that moment. That moment that we'll share together, but not really, because my face is going to be in the dirt." So that's my eulogy. It's just important to say that maybe you don't win every pageant. At first, you don't succeed, and maybe you never will. That's just what's important here today, is acknowledging that, sometimes you turn 27. Sometimes every 27 years you say, wow, there's a lot I gotta change. I had a therapist once who said, if you're having a rough time, you're thinking about life, and you're thinking about the end of life, why don't you live tomorrow like you're gonna die? What I always said back was, well, if I did that, I'd give away everything I own, tell as many people I love them, and walk in one direction until I just fall flat on my face. Well, that sounds great for a day. That sounds like a kind of a hard few years or decades to keep up. But I had another therapist who said, what if, instead of worrying about all these things you have to complete in your life, and all the people that you have to be, and all the worries that you have, instead of saying, well, fuck, I'm gonna die, why don't you live life like you're already dead? I'm still not really sure what that means either. But I think what it means for me is that you should experience the moms. And relax a little, and worry less about the ladders and the journey and in the trajectory. Be okay with the fact that maybe if you did have a eulogy, your younger cousin would show up and try to be nice because it's formality, but not really care that much. which may or may not be what she is about in this. There's a lot of books about it. Come to the Eulogy and, you know, just try to tell me I did a good job. Or just tell me I didn't do a good job, and we can both be okay with that. It doesn't, like, and you know, over the next 27 years, because I'm coming back and I'm still going to be the same name because I'm boring and that isn't that creative. I just, okay, see you there, Thursday, 6 to 8 at, the park that I mentioned, but, I'm hesitant to keep mentioning because I, don't want him to get mad at me.